Week 2 is behind us, and as we look ahead against the Week 3 slate, we have Chill, Baker, and myself all listed as probable. Everyone else in the NFL, doubtful. But join us as we navigate through what we can expect in Week 3. Welcome on into the Deli. Here we go. Welcome in to the DFS Deli. I am the proprietor of this delicatessen, Salih Ali Shaheed. And tonight I am joined by Chill, Baker, both listed as in on the DFS Deli. Week 3, main slate, first look, the only first look show that matters in the DFS streets. Chill, Baker, welcome to work. How's everything going tonight? Baker, what's the word, my friend?
Well, first and foremost, you said something incorrectly. You said we're listed as probable. No, not a chance. They got rid of that designation a few years ago. There is no such thing as probable anymore. We are officially questionable. And if you continue to falsify things on these practice reports, you will be fined. I'm just going to throw it out there.
That's fair. I'm hit him with the old CMC. You know what I'm saying? And I knew on Monday I wasn't playing. So I get where you're coming from.
So you're heading to IR, might not play for the next, 8 to 8 weeks possibly.
Yeah, just like everyone else in San Francisco. But here we are, week 3. Value? Question mark? I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm not a San Francisco fan. I could give a shit less about their injury report. But as fantasy owners,
as fantasy owners, San Francisco just became a lot easier to play.
I suppose. I guess the easy part about it is don't play them.
Don't do that. Why would you do that?
I mean, unless you're playing the numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
The numbers, Mason.
Sully, I talking to people yesterday or last week before lock, there was people telling me that he's like, "Oh, I'm fading Jordan Mason. I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, what are we doing here?"
I completely agree.
If he does what he does, you're buried, and you can't recover from it.
Correct.
And they're like, "Well, what about?" I'm like, and he scores a touchdown, and I'm like, and bye to every single one of your lineups. Just stop.
I think like locking in the free square at running back is completely different than locking in the free square at like wide receiver, right? Because you're gonna get 20 totes. You know what I'm saying? Minimum. You can bank that with that low salary. But like the real question last week was the Cooper Kupp thing. Yes, he got hurt, but everyone played him as we advised to play him as well. But like if someone approached you and wanted to fade Cooper Kupp, I could justify that. The Jordan Mason thing, you were always playing Jordan Mason. You were always doing that. Period.
Yes.
But you could have convinced me at Cooper Kupp. You could have convinced me. But forward-thinking show, correct? So we're on a week 3. We're on a week 3. Chill, what's up, man? How's everything going?
I mean, it's going pretty good. Week 3 was just another or week 2 was just another break-even week. So nothing wrong with that. Obviously, you've gone through all the injuries that we've had here, and it's a lot. If your season-long teams are dead, welcome to the Deli.
Dead in week 3.
I mean, listen, some people you may be dead, man. Yeah. I mean, it's been a weird year so far. Let's not try to overreact to some stuff, and let's get ready to dive on in. And then, hey, Baker, remember when we were leaving the bar and you said this game's over?
I do. And then I literally pull into my fucking house and I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh, you ain't believing your boy Kirko? Oh, ain't that your boy? Ain't that your boy?
We left the bar before the Saquon Barkley drop. So it was like, oh, it's 3rd and 3. They're going to run the ball twice here because they've been averaging 5 yards a carry. And they have the tush push. But let's pass it to Saquon. And Saquon dropped it. And then, Darnell Mooney lit them boys up.
I mean, don't get it twisted. I was happy for my boy Kirko, especially in prime time where everybody says he can't do anything. Trust me, I was more than happy. But yeah, I definitely told Chill like, oh, this game's over.
Yeah, this game's over.
Like,
And
we're
then
not watching.
we
We
got
can get out
home
of
and I
here.
watched Kirk Cousins in 5 plays just carve up the worst defense in the NFL. Hint, hint.
That was hilarious, actually, to watch, to be honest. But hey, here we are, week 3. And if you don't know what we do here on the DFS Deli, we go position by position and break down our favorite plays of the main slate here on this early look on a Wednesday night. Hot here in Cleveland, Ohio. Still a little crispy. Fall not yet hit. I mean, we had fall for what, like a week, like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, when it was still summer.
Yeah, and now it's
Yes.
a heat wave. So
we're in
here we
summer
are.
part 2.
Yes.
Hey, I'm getting more golf in, so I'm never going to complain about it.
That's fair. More power to you. More power to you. But as customary here on the Deli, you know what time it is, fellas. If all of you would join me in raising a glass for our fallen brothers over the weekend. Cooper Kupp, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Isaiah Pacheco. Feel free to add names if I'm missing, guys, but I know there's a lot of them.
I'm trying to catch up to all these drinks. Damn.
I know it's rough out here, but rest in peace to your fantasy teams and rest in peace to the rosters here in the NFL as we raise the glass for our fallen soldiers.
A.J. Brown, David Njoku.
That was 2 weeks ago, though.
Well,
I mean,
this is the first week in
went
which
on IR this week, so he was officially dead.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Saquon Barkley's hands.
That's true.
That's hurtful.
And guess who is not getting the sad music, Baker? Rest in peace, Bryce Young's career. That dude, I've been saying that he sucks for God knows how long, and it is about time they put that trash boat of a quarterback on the bench. That guy stinks. I don't know how many times I've come on this show and said he stinks, and it's about time that the Panthers realize he stinks, even though that team stinks, the ownership stinks, the offensive line stinks, the running game situation stinks, their drafting stinks, the city probably stinks. I've never been, but it probably does stink. Everything that reeks Carolina Panther, I bet you the Panthers hockey team could beat the Carolina Panthers football team. Like, it's just, it's so bad. And they finally just said enough is enough. Rest in peace, Bryce Young. But you do not get any music here on the DFS Deli.
You know what's going to happen to Bryce Young, right?
He's going to get traded somewhere and be good?
Bingo. We're seeing it with Baker Mayfield. We're seeing it with Sam Darnold. Bryce Young is next on the list.
Dude, first of all,
well, you can say that.
First of all, Zach Wilson is next on the list, okay?
I mean, you can say that about...
He didn't go through Carolina.
You can say that about Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold.
I mean, he already did, but Geno's on the list too. But Geno took 10 years to get good. Bryce Young is in his second year.
So you're saying there's time. We got time.
So you're saying there's time, yes. Bryce Young could be the Geno Smith of our generation. Or he could be the Josh Rosen.
He's on the Josh Rosen trajectory right now.
A little bit.
Just a
little bit. It's the thing. New coach came in and said, "Whoa, not my guy."
He said, "Oh, brother, this guy stinks." Okay, enough about bad quarterbacks. Let's talk about good quarterbacks and who we want to play this week. So, as we correctly predicted last week, Kyler Murray was the play. We were all about that Kyler Murray life. And now this week, everyone's going to be about that Kyler Murray life. So, is it time to play someone else? Or is it time to just play Kyler Murray again? Baker, since you were the Kyler Murray truther with me, how are you feeling about how Kyler's matchup shakes up? And as the highest over-under on the entire slate, how you feeling about that?
I mean, I definitely don't mind the Kyler Murray play again. Like, that's a game environment and all the things that all the people will say, all the talking heads, you know, that you want to get in, you want to find pieces, so on and so forth. It's also an expensive game to get in. Like, there are not many cheap avenues to access that game.
Greg Dortch doesn't tickle your fancy?
I had way too much Greg Dortch last week.
The
on my
non-Kyler
teams, I had Greg Dortch. With Kyler, I had Marvin Harrison, but without Kyler, I had Greg Dortch.
Yep, he was definitely the play. And with Trey Boo Boo fumbling his way into a touchdown, salvaging his day, that was cool.
Well, Kyler's only incompletions went to Marvin Harrison. That's the crazy part about how efficient he was.
Yeah, but the best part about that was he was targeting him in the end zone like a lot. Like as big of a day as he had, it could have been bigger.
He could have four of them things.
Facts.
He could have.
Basically, what you're saying is that you want to go back to the well.
I definitely, like I said, I don't mind going back to the well. But here's the thing, Sully. You said we were done talking about bad quarterbacks. I'm not.
Well, okay. At least you get to talk about quarterbacks that are actually starting in the NFL on Sunday, which Bryce Young is not. So because he's bad at like football, he can't do the throwing thing to people on his team. But go on. Bad quarterbacks that are actually starting in the NFL this week.
I mean, I figured I would talk about your favorite quarterback in the NFL, Sully, since this is where we are. This is what we're doing.
First of all, okay, if you talk about my favorite quarterback, he ain't bad. No. Okay.
Your most hated quarterback.
Oh, hated. Oh, go on.
Yeah, your most hated quarterback in the NFL.
Favorite. I thought you said favorite. No. I apologize.
I may have said favorite. I apologize. But your most hated quarterback in the NFL. Can I interest you in any Deshaun Watson?
Bruh.
Can you interest me in Deshaun Watson?
I said Deshaun Watson.
What did he say?
Oh, you're getting every bad soundbite I have on the soundboard right now. Because you did not just mention.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely just said Deshaun Watson. 100%.
Deshaun Watson is old Bryce Young. That dude sucks, man. He sucks.
Here's the thing. I'm right behind you on the fact of Deshaun Watson being terrible, being a trash can, being all the things with the stuff. Right there with you. But to put my bias aside for a second, one of the teams that we're going to look at all year is going to be the New York Football playing Giants. And there's been nothing in the first 2 weeks that tells us that we should stop looking at them.
The commies should have put 40 on them last week.
Easily.
They were in the red zone the entire game.
They still won, though, giving up three touchdowns and scoring nothing.
Yeah, they won, obviously, because, 7 freaking field goals. But, again, the commies, and I'm agreeing with you, Baker. I'm agreeing with you, is that the Giants are bad. Very bad on defense. And if the commies had any sort of red zone offense, Jaden Daniels should have broke the slate.
1,000%.
Should have. But because they kept getting stalled inside the 5-yard line and can't convert anything, are you saying that Deshaun Watson can? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that the Giants are a place that I want to target. And I feel like there will be those huge spike weeks from Amari Cooper at some point in time this year. The narrative behind him has always been at home, that whole blah, blah, blah. We are in Cleveland on Sunday. So if I'm going to try to get different, especially with a lot of chalk coming at 4:00, I feel like Deshaun Watson could definitely be an interesting avenue in the 1:00 time frame with him and Amari Cooper. Put you ahead of everybody who's just waiting on that PMR, and then you can just ride the wave with them all the way up.
Baker, can I pause 1 second before I kick the chili real quick? First of all, if you're listening to the podcast version of this, you have no idea what I'm about to talk about. That's why you should come over to the YouTube channel and hit subscribe over there. Hit that notification bell to give you all the updates when we upload episodes. But if you're looking at the YouTube version of this, Baker, what is that shirt?
You just now noticed my shirt?
Yeah, I just now noticed it. Because if you don't know where my camera is, I look at myself. I don't look directly to the camera, and I don't look at y'all. Okay, and this guy, really, you're putting yourself on the interweb. That shirt.
Oh, absolutely. I love this shirt. I saw this shirt at a Spencer's, and I'm like, I need to buy it. This is when the girl was still in town. And yeah, she supported me buying it. So
let's pour one up for Baker's micro junk. Okay, I digress. I apologize for deviating from fantasy football talk. Baker, good takes. I'm still not playing Deshaun Watson, but I appreciate the reasoning behind you. And I'll kick it back to you because I know you got some other plays here. But chill, where are you looking at the QB position? And I know it ain't Deshaun Watson.
It may be Deshaun Watson. We're gonna take a look. uh,
we're
again,
sharp, Sully. We're sharp.
Again, we'll see. I think this week, I'm just gonna follow the bad teams. I would like to play. This man is currently leading the NFL in completion percentage. It's one Gardner Minshew. So, again, he's playing the Panthers. The Panthers have a new quarterback, may be able to keep the game relevant with Andy Dalton. But no, man, I do like me some Gardner Minshew this week. I think he's going to come in at low ownership. Taking a look here at a couple of other plays, the Rams defense is pretty non-existent. So I do like Brock Purdy this week. I think the San Francisco options are getting a little bit thin, which makes him easier to play. The Rams defense is not good, and San Francisco could have the ball a lot. Again, you could argue to see if they could keep it back and forth, but if San Francisco gets out to a big league, I do believe we know how they'll get there. Um, so again, I'm not too. I don't think Brock Purdy's gonna be a bad play here, and then we have to acknowledge Derek Carr. He's at home playing the Eagles. The Eagles have one of the worst defenses in the NFL, Baker.
Acknowledge
if you want,
him.
if you're willing to play Deshaun Watson at home against the Giants, then you have to use the same logic for Derek Carr. The Eagles' defense is awful. They did not fix it. It's awful.
I mean, the Eagles' defense is terrible, and I can definitely acknowledge
And
that.
the Saints are at home. And that offense currently is on fire. And I also like Jalen Hurts in the same game as well, depending on ownership. But
I mean, to steal a line of you two, Deshaun Watson at least gives you a rushing floor.
So is Derek Carr. Derek Carr had a rushing touchdown last week.
He doesn't give you a rushing floor. He fell into the end zone accidentally from the 1 yard line.
He got a rushing touchdown though.
Hey yo, can we acknowledge the fact that when he scored, he hit the Michael Jackson? Can we acknowledge that, please?
What the hell did he do?
Epic.
You didn't see him?
Yeah, he did the crotch grab after he scored.
I did not see that.
I
must have missed that.
Dance. Oh man, I died.
I mean, it probably has something to do with the fact that I don't pay attention to Derek Carr.
It was everywhere, dude. It was epic. And then maybe this is just me. As much as I do like the Kyler Murray take, he did do it against the Rams. I mean, I know they're at home, but I feel like Detroit's defense is going to be a lot better than what they played against. I'm actually more interested in Jared Goff because I still don't believe the Cardinals have a good defense.
Absolutely not.
I think their defense is kind of legit, man. For a good half of football before Josh Allen turned into the Firehawk, they were holding down the Bills they were beating the snot out of the Bills for a little bit. And then, of course, Josh Allen does Josh Allen things, and then, boom, they won. But still, they came out with a little attitude like, hey, we can hang with the best of the best. And then they went and absolutely obliterated what is left of the Rams. So,
I mean, the Rams we're missing so many pieces on defense. Offense, we obviously know what they were missing. But I don't know, man. I may be more inclined to play golf. And then just one more shout out. Geno Smith is playing the Dolphins. The Dolphins defense is not good either.
I was going to mention that, but I could
But,
talk about Geno Smith for hours, so I'm not
I'll
going
let
to.
you elaborate on your boy Geno Smith.
Well, like I said, the Dolphins, who probably won't have any offensive snaps, seeing as how they're starting Kyler Myler Thompson, whatever his name is, against Seattle in Seattle. Like, we know what Geno Smith is. But the thing about the Seahawks is that they like to keep everyone in the game. So when we get to wide receivers and such, if y'all think Tyreek Hill is unplayable, you're wrong. I mean, this Seahawks team loves to just hang with people that they have no business hanging with, and then it takes them to the last drive of the game or overtime, in last week's case, to get victories. Geno Smith with his new boys and JSN and DK Metcalf doing his thing on the cheaper end is probably one of the better options on the slate. So I'm about some Geno Smith if you want to save some salary. With going up in salary, obviously, Baker and I like Kyler, but we would be remiss if we just don't talk about Lamar freaking Jackson. After that dumb loss last week, they had no business losing to the Raiders, okay? So now you got a 0-2 Ravens team that Superman has to come out. The MVP has to come out. So if this ain't the matchup to do it after the Cowboys got embarrassed by Derek freaking Carr, okay, you think Lamar can't have
current MVP,
the current front runner for MVP, right? Derek Carr? Like, this is a Lamar Jackson slate if I've ever seen one. Like, people are going to stop at salary and get to Kyler. Nah, I would keep going and just go all the way the hell up with Lamar. Like, this Cowboys defense is sus at best. And I get it. The Cowboys are a little desperate themselves, sitting at 1-1 and everything. They don't want to get embarrassed on their home turf again. But if any man on this planet is going to be able to do it, not named Derek Carr, it's got to be Lamar. So I think Lamar is the best play on the slate. If you could find the salary, all these injuries at every position, you can find it with all the salary savers. Find room for Lamar and be happy about it. Baker, thoughts?
Hey, hold on. Before you go, Baker, do you want to take a prop bet? You want to take Derek Carr versus Deshaun Watson?
Easy money.
Book it.
Even though, speaking of prop bets, I'm so sick to my stomach. I took a prop bet versus this other person last week, Daniel Jones versus Bryce Young, who would be first to win somebody $1 million. I was so sickened by that.
Yes! Who called it? Who said it? It was me! Daniel Jones will win someone $1 million.
Well, why wasn't it you to win the $1 million?
And he did.
Why didn't you win the $1 million? That's
because I'm a fish, Baker. Because I'm a fish. That's why. Believe in Daniel Jones. Not this week, but believe in Daniel Jones. Damn it.
Oh, you don't want to go back to the well for the third week in a row?
I'm not playing Daniel Jones against the freaking Browns. Are you serious? Did you see how the Browns embarrassed Trevor Lawrence? This man had 16 yards passing in the first half.
He looked so bad. It just looked so bad.
I can't even defend Trevor Lawrence anymore. Like, I don't know what that guy's thinking sometimes. It's like, man, he shows flashes of brilliance, and then he shows flashes of, like, maybe it wasn't Urban Meyer's fault.
49% of the Jaguars' plays were either net neutral yardage or negative yardage. Half the game, they didn't gain any yardage.
Is it more sad that they had a chance to tie the game or win the game?
They still could have won. That's what happened. That's what happens when Cleveland literally gets less than 100 yards of total offense in the second half. Like,
dude, if you sat there and watched that game at a bar, like, how could you? Like,
I was watching it at home and was just like, this is one of the worst football games I've ever witnessed in my life.
Should have called me. I would have just propped my phone up on the video chat. You could have just watched it through the phone, the red zone. Could have just propped you up on the coffee table.
It was bad. It was bad. And we might have to witness another bad one, too. Like I said, the Giants, bro. Oh, my God. Oh, that's going to be a tough one. But Daniel Jones won $1 million. Baker, any other quarterback takes before we Head to the guys that run the foosball.
I mean, you guys hit on most of the plays that I was looking to. I definitely like the Gardner Minshew play, ownership pending. I'm not a huge fan of a chalky Gardner Minshew, but he will always have a place in my heart, obviously. Never going to play Derek Carr in my life. That's just me. Part of me kind of feels like at some point...
You know, Baker, I heard the same thing when you'd be like, I ain't never going to play Kyle Pitts.
I haven't played Kyle Pitts yet this year, though.
You haven't had
still
a
yet to play him
chance
this year.
to.
Right. We haven't even had
Other
an
than week one.
opportunity.
That's 50% of the time I've had an opportunity to play him, and I didn't play him.
Oh, you should have played him in week one. He hit.
Half
he had,
the time.
He had 8 points.
Yeah, I was like second for tight end scoring that week, bro.
That sure as shit was, wasn't it?
It really was. Fucked up assessments.
Top 5.
Man, sad days ahead, boys.
So, like, if you think this is probably, to me, is the weirdest game of the slate, is the Bears at the Colts. If Anthony Richardson ownership is low, I'm kind of feeling inclined to play him. And like, I think that just might be a pure ownership take.
Guys,
you could
Lamar's the best play on the slate.
Too.
Lamar's the best play on the slate. Just deal with it.
I'm probably not going to disagree with you there.
Except your fate. It's the Lamar Jackson week. Sorry about it. Kyler gonna get his. Kyler gonna get his. I think Kyler's gonna get his. But it's the Lamar Jackson week, guys.
I was actually gonna mention A-Rich as well, just because he can do it all by himself.
You know who's the better version of Anthony Richardson? Lamar Jackson. Should probably just play Lamar.
One of them has a win, one of them doesn't.
You ain't wrong.
Or no, the Colts are 0-2. My bad.
Yeah. You are wrong.
They're both. Yeah, I am wrong. You gave me too much credit. My bad.
Hey, man, on this show, I'm willing to give you credit. So
yeah, I lied. I lied to you in broad daylight.
Bad liar, boo.
In broad daylight, I lied to you.
In broad daylight, in my own dojo. All right, guys. Running backs. So interesting.
Jordan Mason, Alvin Kamara. Next.
Oh, we ain't running Alvin Kamara. We missed our week on Alvin Kamara.
No, you didn't.
They played the Eagles, bro.
We missed our shot at
it. You think people are going to point chase with Alvin Kamara?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's fair.
The Eagles' defense is so bad. It's bad.
Yeah, but I'm kind of with you on the Jordan Mason thing. I mean, like, LA just got destroyed.
Well, on DraftKings, he's definitely. I still think he's a free square at 6,200. On FanDuel,
they ain't playing. They ain't playing.
On FanDuel, it's that's a decision. But on DraftKings, I still think he's free.
Yeah, DraftKings, it's too easy. I don't think you have to play him anymore.
I think you have to play him. The other running back got 1 carry after he messed up that play. He is getting 20 carries at 6,200 in a condensed offense now.
Yeah, I would say on DraftKings, he's probably like the play.
You have to play him. I think you have to play him.
On FanDuel, it's a debate because I mean he's the 3rd highest priced running back right now.
And I still think he's probably still underpriced on FanDuel.
I mean, he's 200 behind Bijan. He's
Bijan's the primetime game.
But FanDuel, guess what? FanDuel, you play the primetime game.
Yeah, have fun with that FanDuel players.
Mahomes?
No.
Gross.
So
are you playing Carson Steele on FanDuel?
Carson Steele is, I do believe, 5,200. Yes, he is 5,200 on FanDuel. So, yes, you are playing Carson Steele.
You playing Samaje Perine over there?
Are you playing Kareem Hunt?
I mean, you FanDuel people, you have to give all the takes since you have the extra stupid game.
No, we don't.
No, I don't.
No, we don't. He's absolutely right. Chilla's absolutely right. No, we do not. Because, again, I know I don't have thousands of freaking views on my podcast and views and crap like that. I don't care. FanDuel. What the fuck
are you doing?
Do you have the fucking primetime game on the main slate? Main slate, okay? 1 to 4, 4 to 7:30, 8 o'clock. None of us want to sit here with fucking our winnings here at 7:30 and have to worry about you slipping down the damn tournament leaderboard because some ding dong decided to play freaking they decided to stack the night game and it blows the fuck up. That is a load of bullshit, and that's so stupid. Why is that game on there? There's single game slates for that. There's showdowns for that. Get it off the main fucking slate, please. I digress. Running backs, chill. Besides Jordan Mason, where you at?
The numbers, Mason.
What do they mean?
What do they mean? Yeah, I mean, I kind of pointed out. I really think this Philadelphia rushing defense is their defense as a whole. It's just not very good. So I do like Alvin Kamara this week. Is it point chasing? Yeah, but it's also matchup dependent. Again, the Eagles gave up a ton here to Bijan on the Monday night game, so it's a short week. It's in the dome. I mean, if you're following the rules of years past, it's the course field of fantasy football. Until the Saints offense kind of proves to me they're not legit, I kind of be silly and not enough to take a look at it. So I do like me some Alvin Kamara this week. Couple different guys here. In that same game, you're kind of looking at Saquon coming off the dropsies there. He's gonna want to play better. AJ Brown is still gonna be out. So the Philadelphia offense is getting a little more condensed. It is one of the higher total games on the slate, so I think Barkley also becomes an interesting look here. And then I think you're kind of look at that Seattle Miami game. Both of those running backs I don't know. I haven't really seen any injury news on Ken Walker, so I don't know if it's still he's between him and Charbonnet. But I do like I still like Charbonnet and Devon Achane in that game as well.
Still like a cup of Charbonnet.
Yeah.
No, I respect that. I think that sans FanDuel being stupid and you don't have to play freaking Carson Stille. I think there's a few cheaper options that we could actually look to because I mean, again, there's gonna be some matchup dependent scenarios, but I get like we get a cheap-ish Zamir White against Carolina.
So the thing with that is like, to me, he's in the same category of like, it's a good matchup, but what are you getting? So like Zamir White, DeAndre Swift against the Colts. The Colts can't stop the run at all. This team is getting demolished by running backs. So it's like I kind of put those two into the same category of like, you could play him and get 20, you could play him and get 5. Like, and the other running back scores the touchdowns. I mean, you look at the Browns situation. Like, is it Donta Foreman? Is it Jerome Ford? Like, I mean, we've seen Donta Foreman go out and get 3 rushing touchdowns, no problem.
When he was with Carolina, right?
No, last year with the Bears.
Oh, with the Bears. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
So again, here, like, could those be fantastic plays? Yeah. Could they blow up? Yeah. Like, so those are weird. Those are weird guys to play for. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with those guys. I'm just going to be completely honest.
I just like my running backs home and favored, and they get inside
playing the Panthers. Playing
the Panthers does help. Baker, where you at with the guys that tote the pill?
I mean, I think there's just too many injuries right now to really try to narrow it down. Because if Tajee Spears is out in Tennessee, then Tony Pollard becomes a great play. Aaron Jones has some injury problems going on right now. So if for whatever reason he's out, Ty Chandler becomes, a easy play. Joe Mixon was a little bit banged up, but we'll see kind of as the week continues to go on. what's going to go on in Houston with their running game. So I think there's just too many questions right now and not enough answers for me to specifically try to figure out where I am in running back.
Rashad White is hurt too.
Add him to the list. Bucky Irving becomes a freaking play. Now if you take the injuries away, I think there are still some great plays. I think that if the Rams are going to have a shot offensively, it's going to come through Kyren Williams. When you talk about, a team focus or an offense is being focused through one individual guy, Kyren Williams is going to get the lion's share of the work here. So Kyren Williams, I think, has to still be in play, especially for the cash game bros, which I'm not even sure what a cash game is sometimes.
Hey, man, cash was easy last week if you wanted to play it.
Yeah, you don't fade Jordan Mason and you just move the fuck on.
My only fear with Kyren is, like, if you're San Francisco, don't you just put 12 guys in the box?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, even if Cooper Kupp doesn't get hurt, the Cardinals had like 3 guys on him.
Yeah, the Cardinals literally made an effort. Like 23, we're not gonna have what happened last year to us happen to us again.
But they still took out Cooper Kupp. Like, if
Literally.
Cooper Kupp stays in that game, I don't think he puts up the numbers. That dude was bracketed all day before he got hurt.
Well, I think the biggest thing was the fact of, I didn't really, I knew of it, but I didn't really take it to heart that much, was, 4 offensive linemen being out for them. These same offensive linemen have hit the IR. These guys aren't coming back this week. So you're going to have Nick Bosa and those boys pinning their ears back and coming. Like I said, if the Rams have any shot, it's coming through Kyren, though.
I agree.
All right, can we just talk about, a guy that gets 25 carries a game, back-to-back 100-yard performances, back-to-back games.
We're talking about James Conner.
We're talking about James Conner. Like, if everyone's going to play Kyler, why are we not playing James Conner? People don't like to play James Conner. I don't know why.
I actually have a reason for that.
The fantasy world hates James Conner.
Facts. But what's your reasoning, Baker?
No, I mean, this Detroit run defense, it's going to be no joke this year, and I get Arizona's going to try to run the ball under all circumstances. And what it looks like so far is that they're going to be successful. I think this is going to be the maturation of, the immovable force versus the unstoppable object. Not enough attention was paid to the fact of DJ Reader coming to this defensive line this offseason and what that really means for a unit that was already really good. And we're seeing the impacts that it's having over in Cincinnati with their run defense being fucking Swiss cheese right now. These guys are getting after it up front, and he's a huge clogger of the middle of the field and interior pressures and all that other fun stuff. So that's why that part of the run game isn't that indicative to me, but potentially or possibly the Detroit running game definitely sounds appetizing to me, because when it comes to another team that's going to run the ball, Detroit's going to establish it. Now picking one, have fun. Obviously, you have the passing upside versus the touchdown upside. I'm more inclined to take David Montgomery in this matchup, but I could be convinced of either one.
Are the Lions winning?
Yes.
Play David Montgomery.
Bingo.
Are the Lions losing?
No.
Play Jahmyr Gibbs. There you go. If you believe in the Cardinals, they're going to be trailing. Play Gibbs. If you believe that Detroit is still the Super Bowl contender, which I think they still are, but,
they lost to a good team.
They lost to a good team. No doubt about it.
I mean, Goff had a chance to win the game at the end. They were in the red zone.
100%. 100%. But yeah, last week was just weird when it came to teams winning and losing. It was strange. Very, very strange.
The last running back that I'll bring up is, we mentioned it off air on our own personal philosophy, but I kind of want to see, I'm curious to see where the field's going to kind of be going here. Obviously, we just saw Alvin Kamara absolutely obliterate the slate, and now that same run defense is going against the big dog. Very different schemes, but it's going to be the notion that the Cowboys can't stop the run, and that's, all the things that sports media, sports talk, all the talking heads on the TV shows, on the networks that have 4 letters and things of that nature. That's what they're talking about all week so far. So, you think, okay, Baltimore must win. What are they going to do? They're going to establish it. They're going to get back to it. They added this guy in the offseason, that sort of thing. That's going to be a lot of narrative behind it. So what is the thought process behind the big dog?
I think if Baltimore wins, it's on the legs of Lamar Jackson. I think he would have to outrush Derrick Henry.
I mean, I agree with you. I 1,000% agree with you.
Because the Cowboys do have a good run defense up the middle. They can't set the edge.
Fair. Good takes all around. Let's head over to wide receiver, where Chill, you mentioned it. AJ Brown hurt, probably won't play in this one. So we got Slimmy Slim as the number one option going against New Orleans. As I said, if you like this game environment, we definitely want to pick out some pieces from this game. So I think Slim Reaper is probably going to be at the top of that discussion. CeeDee Lamb banged up. Jay Jetta banged up. Tyreek Hill doesn't have a quarterback, so what there's that. Anyway, sorry, wrong slate. It's a lot going on when it comes to the wide receiver position. And by the way, side note, did you see? It was like a compilation that I watched. Was it Instagram that I saw it? Maybe it was Facebook. Doesn't matter. But how salty DJ Moore is.
With his quarterback play? Yes.
Yes. I think Caleb Williams is kind of trash. I mean, like now. I think he still has time. Bryce Young does not. But Caleb Williams still has time. But I think at this point, even with like the depressed price point, like guys like DJ Moore are kind of like unplayable right now. Like as bad as juicy as this price tag looks on both sites, I just like can't force myself to want to do it, even though I feel like I should do it. Because I mean, like we've seen DJ Moore break slates in half. I mean, this man has 50-point performance written all over him, but I don't know if it's gonna come with Caleb Williams. So, all right, I'll stop talking about not bad receivers, but bad quarterback play. Let's talk about the good ones. So, Chill, I'll start with you on this one too.
Yep.
If you're going up top, you got to pay a little price for the wide receivers. Where are you starting at?
If I got to go up top, this week, probably one of my higher price wide receivers this week is it's still probably going to be CeeDee Lamb. We just watched Devontae Adams kind of get a little saucy against this Baltimore defense. With the logic there being like, if you think Lamar is going to have a good game, CeeDee Lamb's going to have to be having a good game on the other side. The Cowboys basically have a non-existent running game. Guys like Jetta and CeeDee Lamb got there last week essentially on one play each. In terms of higher price, I do like those. I think personally I'm going to stick more into this mid-range this week. Like you said, I'm still not completely dead on DJ Moore. The Bears offense does play pretty fast, so does the Colts. So I do think that game is going to have a chance to shoot out. Again, that would, barring Caleb Williams doing something, which could be low percentage, but I think my favorite wide receiver this week is just probably play Brandon Ayuk. I don't think we have to get too weird here. I think Brandon Ayuk is probably my favorite wide receiver play on the slate. He may end up being the chalk, truthfully, but we'll see that as ownership comes up. But I do like me some Ayuk this week.
Yeah, like who else are they going to throw to?
You think Jawan Jennings would have higher ownership than Ayuk?
Baker? I don't know.
I think a lot of ownership will go to Ayuk.
I'll just see if I can get. I just want to look at his price. So Jawan Jennings on DraftKings is 4,100. And then
Ayuk is 6,200.
And then on FanDuel,
that's not bad, man. It's not a bad price for your pseudo number one.
And then on FanDuel, he's 5,200. Jawan Jennings.
That's not horrible. That's not horrible.
Brandon Ayuk is also cheap on both sites. On FanDuel, he may be the free square at 6,500.
That is pretty cheap, bro. It is pretty cheap.
That's crazy cheap over there. That's crazy cheap.
Well, they didn't. You don't get the numbers, Mason, for free over there.
Right? You got to pay for the numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
I think you kind of mentioned it. Like, Tyreek Hill is still intriguing because, like, Seattle plays to their competition. So I don't.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I don't think any ownership's going to come in on Tyreek. So, like, you just might treat him like how we treated Derrick Henry back in the day. If nobody's playing him, and you just throw him in there.
Yeah, there's nobody playing Tyreek Hill this week. Nobody.
And then I like both of the Saints wide receivers. Sully's cousin. I do like me some Rashid Shaheed. And I still like Chris Olave this week. Again, I do like me the Saints offense. That Eagles defense is horrendous.
Yeah, I think that's what I've noticed a lot on several podcasts that I've listened to is that there a lot of people's number one regression candidate right now is Rashid Shaheed, and it's kind of disturbing because I would say just ride the wave while it's high tide. You know what I'm saying? So if we can get another good game environment, which this is, Rashid Shaheed is due for another 40-yard, 50-yard, 60-yard touchdown pass because 2 to 3 times a game, Derek Carr is yeeting it, and Rashid's down there somewhere. So I'm just saying, this could be another week while he's still relatively inexpensive to play a guy like Rashid Shaheed. And again, I like your take on Olave as well. Olave is going to do Olave things at some point. So could this be the week where we get the Chris Olave week?
He almost had a touchdown last week. I think he was short by a yard, which led to an Alvin Kamara touchdown. So, like, he almost got in the box last week. So,
and this is barring too if Taysom Hill is hurt. If Taysom Hill don't play, that's one weapon that they don't have to go to. So that's another reason why.
Down,
Yeah, Weapon X. I mean, if I ain't got Weapon X this week, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But Baker, how you feeling at wide receiver this week?
Well, first thing I want to say about Tyreek Hill is there's no need to actually play him. In my humble opinion, because it's a 4:00 game. He's a swap. You just swap to Tyreek Hill and you move on if you need to get to him. You don't need to actually build around him.
Tyreek Hill is an elite swaption this week. That's what you're saying?
He is. Like the way that we ended up swapping to Jamar Chase off of Cooper Kupp. Didn't work, but that was the swap.
That was a swap.
I think Tyreek Hill's the swap this week.
It may be possible that if there's not that much ownership, even if Tyreek goes off, it may not bury you.
Fact.
But if you're a Tyreek Hill owner, you could win one.
It could bring you back from the dead. We could see that hand rise up.
Well, chill. Here's the thing. If I'm not playing any player from 1 o'clock, what do I need to swap?
Well, on FanDuel, you got the primetime game.
You're right. So there's your swaptions.
Yeah, so on your site, you know what I'm saying, you're swapping to I don't even
Richie
know.
Rice.
Yeah,
you're just swapping.
Who are
the
they
Chiefs.
playing?
It's the Chiefs are at Atlanta.
Okay, cool. Don't care.
Come on, man. There's elite options there. Drake, everyone's favorite tight end, Kyle Pitts. There's a lot of plays in the night game, which is why FanDuel get rid of the fucking night game off your main slate. Sorry.
So Sully, I'm guessing you're loading up the Kirko doubles for the for your main slate. Got it.
Yeah, it's literally going to be Lamar, insert wide receiver, and then the Chiefs Falcons game. That's it.
Fair. So you ain't got nothing.
I'm not doing that. Anywho, Baker, continue.
I mean, I know Chill mentioned the fact of being on one Jared Goff, so I think Amon-Ra obviously is an obvious play. Once again, environment, the things, the stuff. Can Marvin Harrison continue what he did last week? I think his connection with Kyler only grows, and that price is only going to grow as well. unfortunately or fortunately. I think one of my favorite plays right now is actually Zay Flowers, though. Through the first 2 weeks, quiet as kept, he's been this team's number one pass catcher. Like, not just number one receiver, he's been the number one pass catcher. Targets, air yards, downfield target, like all the things in the metrics of the other things that people say that I don't have the brain power to just rattle off the top of my head. He leads their team in all of that. He's becoming that elite option in, once again, an environment that could have some fireworks, this, that, and the other, and especially if Derrick Henry becomes popular. Give me all the fucking Zay Flowers that I can, handle. Hand me my flowers while I'm still here, basically.
So you're saying it's a Lamar week?
I hate everything about you, just so you know, in case I haven't told you that 15 times while you've been on the show. Dumbass face.
I'm just so excited with glee because you want to play Zay Flowers. That means that you're going to be playing Lamar.
Or Zay Flowers will be a one-off play with my Amari Cooper and Deshaun Watson team.
Lamar. Lamar Jackson is the play of the slate.
But I mean, I think Amari Cooper has a legit shot to absolutely pull an Alvin Kamara this week. I think Amari Cooper is your Alvin Kamara this week. That's how confident I am in the play of one Amari Cooper, the future Hall of Famer.
You won't find any disagreements from me, Baker. None whatsoever.
Especially with it looking like David Njoku's out. It's just a more of a condensed target share. I'm saying, and once again, he's leading the Browns in everything, including drops, probably. So
yeah, that category too. This is true. It's been dropping.
But I mean, the ball's going his direction. It's going in the direction of 2. So I'm always going to be a fan of that.
Any interest in your boy Jay Jetta?
I just need to see what's going on. Like, I saw conflicting reports today. One report said that he participated in a walkthrough. The other report said that he was a no-go in practice. So I'm not really sure which report to pay attention to. But, I always have interest in Jets.
That's 100% fair. I respect that. 100%. You know who else is really good at football? Devontae Adams.
He is hashtag good at football.
You know who's bad at football?
Panthers.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say J.C. Horn.
No, J.C. Horn's kind of legit.
No, he's not. Even Chill's boy Derek Carr called him out like, "Nah, I got 3 touchdowns on you." Because that's what he did week 1. Like, "Nah, I got 3 on you, bruh."
That's a great point. So yeah, Devontae Adams for sure. I'm with Devontae Adams.
So we'll probably add in again. Probably just play DK Metcalf at this point.
JSN. DK's your big play guy, and JSN is your underneath guy. So if you want a bunch of catches, JSN. If you need that touchdown splash, DK Metcalf. Either way, I think we all like Geno Smith. You like some Geno Smith too this week, right, Bake? Okay, you should like some Geno Smith this week, Baker. You should. He should be in your player pool. Alongside Lamar Jackson, the number 1 play on the slates this week, sir. Yes. Did we miss anybody? Can we head over to tight end and spend 2.5 seconds there?
I think tight end, you only play 2 guys and you walk away.
I mean, I'm ready.
You play 2 guys at tight end?
No. Like, I think there's only 2 options.
Oh, 2 options. Oh, I got you.
All right, maybe I'll give you 3. I'll give you 3.
Hit him with it, Zoe.
I think your only options at tight end this week are George Kittle, Brock Bowers, and Trey McBride. If you're not playing one of them, you're different. Move on.
Okay. Short and sweet. Baker?
I mean, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't throw Dallas Goedert in there just because of the loss of A.J. Brown. because no other receiver stepped up to say, like, yeah, you can count on me to do something on Monday night.
Baker, what about your boy Schoonmaker?
You got to see what's going on with
Jake
the Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Could it be, guys? Could it be a Mark Andrews week?
It could.
I mean, this guy's an elite tight end, for Christ's sakes. And I get it. We haven't seen shit
Well,
the first couple weeks.
That's what people are saying about Travis Kelce still.
I mean, the shirt that I'm wearing could be false. We don't know right now.
Yeah, but the only place you can play Travis Kelce is here over here on FanDuel. So,
yeah, you got to worry about him. You playing him this week?
No, I ain't playing him this week. Because
but he's an elite tight end, Sully.
The night game shouldn't exist on FanDuel.
Sully, you have to say it into the mic so they can hear you. Into the mic.
Oh,
I'm yelling loud enough where the microphone's going to pick me up.
They heard him. They heard him.
Stupid FanDuel and their stupid night games. No, I'm not playing Travis Kelce this week either. I think I 100% share the thoughts of Chill. It's you're playing one of those three or you're punting. But again, I'm going to find some room for Mark Andrews and some Lamar stacks. I'm going to do it. No one's going to play him.
You're not wrong about that.
I think that maybe the biggest discussion is like Sam Laporta too expensive to play at the moment?
Yes.
100%. 100%. I mean, this was the guy that was carried by his touchdowns last year anyway. So he's not a volume guy. If he ain't getting the touchdowns.
And some of that volume's going over to Jameson right now?
Yeah, man. Old J-Mo is breaking out a little bit. So I 100% agree. All right, well, we're done with this bullshit position, right?
I think so.
Cool. Defenses. Vegas.
Shitties.
The 49ers.
So we just named 3 of the top 4 defenses.
Guys. I made a mistake at the beginning of the show. Oh, my God. I forgot to mention that it's the Malik Willis revenge game this week.
No.
Play the Titans defense.
There you go.
Hey, everybody played the Colts defense, and they ran the ball 40 times.
That's a fact. Titans defense is, good.
They have a very good defensive line. Like statistically, I think they're number 1 in the NFL as a defense. But
you know who's not really good?
Will Levis.
Will Levis.
He's on that Bryce Young trajectory.
He really is on that Josh Rosen trajectory. Let's be real.
Yo, I thought watching Zach Wilson play football last year was bad. And then I watched Bryce Young play football, and that was bad. Will Levis might be the worst quarterback I've ever seen.
Could you imagine being Ryan Tannehill sitting at home like, I lost my job to this dude? That's what I lost my job to?
Right? That's why I'm on the couch, because of that.
I think one more defense I'll throw out there. I'll probably throw the Bucs defense against Denver at home.
Oh, yeah. Bo Nix is trash, too. Oh, my God.
Yeah, and on DraftKings, they're only $3K. They may be the chalk, but...
Oh, lock it in.
That's another he's not good right now.
Yeah, you might want to lock that in. You see what FanDuel did, man?
The Vegas' defense is
the most expensive defense.
As it should be.
That's
for
insane.
Good for good fucking reason.
No. Vegas, no. I mean, Andy Dalton has to provide some type of stability, right? He don't. Okay.
So I do have to ask, and this will go against me and Baker. But like, if the Browns are still out with offensive linemen, the Giants' defense on FanDuel is only 3,300.
You had me at Deshaun Watson.
So I do have to give that as an option for the people.
I mean, I don't hate the option. You know, my non-Deshaun Watson team, sure. Why the fuck not?
Can we just play Seattle against Skylar Thompson?
It doesn't sound like the worst idea.
So, like, I think what's intriguing about the Dolphins is, like, he's getting an extended, like, he's getting the mini bye week to get ready. So, like, he may not be as bad only because they're coming off of the mini bye.
If they weren't playing in Seattle, I would feel different.
I agree. If it was at Miami, I would agree. Obviously, they got to travel all the way to the West Coast.
Yeah,
but like,
Seattle's a different beast.
Again, they do have the again, this is the same Seattle team at home that barely beat Bo Nix.
They played out to their competition.
They do. I think each conference has one. I think the Bengals play to their competition, and I think the Seahawks play to their competition.
100%. 100%. Okay. Baker, favorite stack of week 3. What can the people glob onto from your takes?
I mean, I feel like if I didn't say what I've been screaming this entire show, I would just be a hypocrite at this point. So it's going to be Deshaun Watson. It's going to be Amari Cooper. And if I'm going to double it, fingers fucking crossed for the love of everything, holy help me if I actually double this with Jerry Jeudy.
So can we address that at the current state of football as it is now, with passing being as low as it is? Like, are you reacting to the numbers? Are you still double stacking? Are you not double stacking? I'm only looking at this from a pure statistic standpoint because the numbers obviously are just very low at the moment.
I mean, me personally, I never went by the numbers to begin with. If my feeling or matchup or whatever I'm dictating is telling me that, yeah, this double stack should work, then yeah, I'll run a double.
Because like now, if we're saying that Deshaun Watson's not a great quarterback, like if it's an elite quarterback, I think they're worth doubling. Like if it's Deshaun Watson, he's probably getting all of his numbers through Amari Cooper. So
More
like,
than likely.
would he be worth a double? Maybe it's just a case by case basis.
Was the Millionaire Maker team a Daniel Jones double or a single?
Single.
Okay. I was just double checking.
Yeah, it was Jones and Neighbors. It's probably somebody who hit yes on the computer because it gave them McBride and Harrison too.
Oh, I hate that.
And then, I mean, the numbers, Mason.
Well, the computer was going to generate you, Jordan Mason, unless you told the computer not to.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you X'd them out the player pool, you were getting Jordan Mason.
But again, I'm just kind of just tossing that out there. It's just, again, just maybe just as a something to think about.
I mean, for me, on Deshaun Watson in this one in particular, it's just going to depend on how the build goes. I highly doubt I have any Giants on the other end of it. More than likely, because the only two worth playing, Malik Neighbors and Devin Singletary.
I think you're only playing. I think if you're stacking Watson, I think you need Neighbors.
I don't think I need Neighbors,
and that's fair
because there's a great chance I run the Browns defense with it too.
I was just about to say, why don't you just say bleep the Giant side and the shitty D?
Yeah, my initial builds for this week had those 3 Browns: the defense, Cooper, and Watson. So it wasn't a double with Jeudy. And I just said I don't care about the Giants.
You don't want to play no Jordan Akins?
No, I don't. Not even a little bit.
Not Jordan Akins, bro. Come on. Obi scores this week just to say, ha, got him.
Clearly, I don't have the stones to do that, Joe.
That shirt. I might have to put a blur over that. Anywho, chill. Favorite stack of week 3.
Yeah, I mean, again, that Philadelphia defense is terrible. So I'm following bad defenses. So I do like the Saints side of it. And I think you can go Derek Carr with Kamara, and you can put in either one of the wide receivers. I don't think you have to go Olave here. I think Shaheed is fine. And then the other stack I do like. I think Gardner Minshew to Devontae Adams. They're playing the Panthers. I mean, and this is their first home game too, so
they'll be hype.
Yeah, so they're going to be pretty hype. Obviously, coming off a big win against Baltimore too, but so I do like me so Gardner Minshew, and then again for me, it's going to depend on ownership, but probably again it's going to depend what Anthony Richardson ownership is going to be. Obviously, with him, you're literally dart throwing Colts wide receivers. I wish I could give you a better take than that, but you're dart throwing. Maybe is it Adonai Mitchell may get a 80-yard bomb, or maybe Pity City remembers he's still in the NFL.
His bank account remembers he's still in the NFL.
And Josh Downs is potentially supposed to come back this week, just muddying the waters there. So.
The waters. Yes, this is true. Well, we don't have to say what I need to say. You don't have to reiterate, but just load up some Lamar Jackson this week. Lamar. And you know what? The funny thing is, even though he burnt me last week, I think I kind of like the Dakota side of that too. I mean, the team and the Ravens just got carved up by Gardner Mint. This is the $60 million man here at home again. There's no way he comes out and puts up another dud, right?
Right.
Anywho, Baker, hit me with something bold before we get out of here.
All right, not. I mean, it wouldn't be too bold if I just said Amari Cooper, this, that, and the other. I'll give you your 1 and 2 wide receivers for week 3.
Jerry Jeudy, Amari Cooper.
Absolutely not. Amari Cooper drops a 40 burger. Zay Flowers drops 35.
Damn.
This is Zay Flowers week, okay? Bet, Baker, bet.
Hey, give me my flowers, bro. Give me my flowers.
Give him his flowers. Chill. Bolt.
I'll just go for a real life take, and there's no bearing behind this, but Miami's going to go into Seattle and win.
You're so cute. Seattle's going 3-0. Sorry. Lamar breaks the slate. I'm just going to stick by it. I'm going to stand behind it. I like your Zay Flowers take, but Lamar over 250 through the air, over 100 on the ground, 4 total touchdowns. You're going to need Lamar. Ravens get their first win. Cowboys are in shambles. There you go. That's the take. That's the show. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe on the way out. For Baker, for Chill, this has been your boy Sully, and we are out of here. Why don't you turn off the grills, man? Because I think it's that time. We're going to go ahead and head out of here. We'll see y'all at the top.